Yo, check it. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Life. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the need to explain ourselves to other people or the need to prove ourselves to other people. Why do we do that? Like, why do we need to explain ourselves when it comes to career, relationships, passion? That's a big one, especially for creatives or entrepreneurs. I feel that we always have to fight an uphill battle. And what do I mean by that? When it comes to entrepreneurship or becoming a creative, an artist, it's like there's always that question about, people always ask the question of, oh, how do you make money? Or it's like, why do we need to prove ourselves to other people or explain to other people about what we're doing with our lives, when it comes to career, to our relationships, to our friends, with everything in our lives. Like, why do we need the validation of other people about what we are doing? They're not the ones that have to live that life. They're not the ones that have to work that job every day. They're not the ones that have to date that person. Nobody should have control over your choices. Nobody should have control over what you do with your life, Like, I get it that people probably have good intentions when they ask you, like, oh, how do you make money by doing that? Or why are you dating that person? Or like, why is your relationship that way? Like, I get that. Like, I get that people that are close to us are probably concerned, or maybe they're just worried, especially parents. They always want you to be financially stable. So for a lot of entrepreneurs and creatives, it's a very high risk about like being financially stable. We always have to kind of explain like, oh, I make money by doing this. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because you're the ones that have to live that life, and you're the ones that have to figure out how to be financially stable, I guess. So I don't think you necessarily have to explain or prove yourself to anybody. Just live your life. You don't need validations from other people. You don't need validations from anybody except yourself. Like, I know it's tough because like, it sucks when you constantly have to explain or constantly have to prove yourself every time you see somebody, right? Like, they ask you like, oh, how are you doing? Or how are you making money? Or how is your relationship? It's always a question that I have in mind. And it's like, why do I need to explain myself? It's like, I shouldn't care about other people's opinions, or I shouldn't care about having to prove myself or need to validate myself to other people. And it just sucks to like live your life that way, It's like, are you living your life for yourself, or are you living it for other people? And that's the thing that you need to constantly question, is like, the thing that I'm doing right now, am I doing this because I want to do it, or am I doing it because other people agree with what I'm doing? And if you get lucky enough that you get to do what you want to do, and also other people agree and validate in what you're doing, then that's cool, But if you feel like nobody is supporting your decisions, nobody's supporting your choices, then don't worry about it. I'm just going to tell you this, and I'm going to give you this validation, I guess, that you need to just kind of follow your own path. Follow what makes you feel good and what is right for you. Because you'll know the career path that you should do. You'll know the relationship you should be in. You'll know what's right for you. And you don't need anybody else's input on how to live your life. And honestly, you don't have to fight and argue with other people. And if you disagree with them, that's totally fine. I get that people around us probably have good intentions on, like, maybe they're just worried. But yeah, ultimately, you still have to live your own life. You have to make your own decisions, especially if you're an adult. Maybe if you're a teenager, then maybe you have a little bit less say. But if you're a grown adult, then you should be able to do what you want to do without having to validate yourself or explain yourself to anyone around you. Yeah, and so today's episode, I just wanted to talk about not having to explain yourself, because it's very exhausting to talk about or explain to other people about what you're doing with your life, because sometimes we don't know, we're just trying to figure out what we want to do. We're just trying things out, or just honestly just kind of living life the best that we can, and having to explain that, it's really, really exhausting, and I don't want to do it, and I'm sure you don't want to do it either. Just tell people around you that don't agree with your decisions or your choices to be like, hey, thank you for your concerns, and thank you for your support, or thank you for being there, but I still have to live my own life. I still have to make my own choices. So please don't ask me all the time about what I'm doing, how I'm doing, and just kind of let me be, Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this topic, but you get what I mean. Just don't feel the need to explain yourself to other people. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Just do you, and don't worry about other people's opinions. And yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. It's a short one, but I think this topic and this idea is very, very important, especially when you constantly have the need to please other people and to prove yourself and to explain yourself. And you should stop doing that. Yeah, that's it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.